Hey everybody, if you like video game live streams and cool people that play video games, then I suggest you check out Erin Plays on YouTube. And also check out her second YouTube channel, Erin Plays Extras, as well. That's Erin Plays and Erin Plays Extras on YouTube. Check out her videos, they're really awesome.
And now, our feature presentation.
What's up, Philly? We're the gang from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Let's go Flyers!
Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyersguy, and welcome to this week's edition of Classic Flyers Theater. I'm your host, Timmy Flyersguy. Today we take you back to December 28th of 2003 as the Philadelphia Phantoms got into an all-out brawl with the Binghamton Senators at the Spectrum on December 28th, 2003. The Binghamton Senators were beating the Phantoms 5-1, and in the third period, all hell broke loose as an all-out brawl between the two teams took place. We're going to take a look back at the infamous Philadelphia Phantoms Binghamton Senators brawl at the Spectrum. It's fight night at the Spectrum, so get ready, folks. Let's roll the footage.
So with Wade Brookbank. Brookbank 6'4", 225. Vandermeer's got some good size as well. They're going to duke it out.
Well, one thing about Vandermeer, that guy never quits. He just keeps going. He's one tough kid. He's a little bit overmatched here size-wise, but he's doing his own, and they're letting these guys go. There's no ifs, ands, or buts here. But, I'll tell you, that's a long fight.
Yeah, one of the longest I've seen this year. I know that in between periods will feature not only Pete Vandermeer, but a couple of his teammates as well, as we talk about the physical style of play that the Phantoms have displayed this year. And well, we're seeing the number one guy with major penalties. 15 majors this year, make it 16 now for Pete Vandermeer.
Well, the one thing that the penalty killers on this team, they can't complain about ice time, that's for sure, because they're getting a lot of it as they get a lot of minors. They're leading the league in penalty minutes per game. And you see the fight start right here. Vandermeer took exception to that hit by Brookbank and managed to get a few good shots in there, because Brookbank's no little guy.
So Brookbank goes along with Pete Vandermeer. Oh, the whistle to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 3:50 to go here in the third period. 4-1. Binghamton leads Philadelphia on CNA. Go ahead, Kenny. Oh, you got the goalie duking it out. the Wachovia Spectrum as we went to break. The wheels came off. Yeah, we talk about some testy times between these two teams. I haven't seen a brawl like this in a long, long time.
Well, we've got Neil Little going to the court. We've got Jim Vandermeer and McGrattan going. This all started with Emery. But this is a little bit old-time hockey. And it's only fitting that some of my ex-teammates happen to be in the building. I think that's... but this is... I didn't really see how this all happened, but McGrattan, I don't think he wants too much more. It looks like he's hurting. It looks like Jimmy Vandermeer might have hurt him. Might have hurt himself, but they're two tough boys.
Well, let's take a look at how this thing started to erupt. Now you got Peter Vandermeer was getting involved. This is still live action. We were going to go to tape a little bit ago, and back when we started tonight, you heard Santa Claus saying, "Hey, it's happy holiday, behave yourself, no fighting, forget the presents next year, forget the presents next year." Santa's not showing up.
Well, Peter Vandermeer went after McGrattan again. With Emery, he's still skating around. He wants somebody.
I've never seen a linesman try to break things up like that. Dave Brown actually pounded on the back of the combatants. And now Peter Vandermeer still going at it with Ryan McGrattan. And McGrattan's not done yet.
Well, that's the thing. They got a hold of Vandermeer. McGrattan's got one arm loose. You got to make sure you got both arms held. Yeah, wow, this is definitely sending a message.
Yeah, it's pretty strong, loud and clear.
Now there's some talking. Emery's going on with Peluso. We still got 3 minutes, 50 seconds left.
I don't know what goalies are going to be involved because Neil Little went end to end to get involved in this fight, so he's going to be tossed. And I never saw a goalie like Ray Emery go at it. Emery was one of the main combatants when this fight broke out. And Neil Little really giving it to Emery and company.
Well, this maybe 4-1 right now, but they're certainly sending a message. And the Phantoms do have the players. They're still deep in the bench to continue this on. So
unbelievable. Well, let's go back to when it all happened. As you saw, we were just in a commercial break when it was really Ray Emery who started really going at it, and then out of nowhere, over the pile, Neil Little into the end zone, touchdown. If he'd get him a football, he would have scored from 2 yards out.
I'll give him a 10 on that one. But you can see Jim Vandermeer and McGrattan going at it because he was hitting guys when guys were down. He was standing over top of them. But this was a long, tough fight.
That was the protracted fight because it seemed like the fight that never ended.
But then right after that, Peter went. This is Emery and Peluso.
Emery got the jersey over Peluso's head, and that's really what fueled the fire. When you get a goalie who wants to duke it out, everything's going to break loose.
You see there, McGrattan? He's standing over the guy suckering somebody. That doesn't take a lot of courage to do that. That's when Jimmy stepped in. But when you're standing over somebody when he's not even looking at you, pounding away at him, that does not take a lot of courage right there. And that's when Jimmy came in, Vandermeer, and then that's when Neil Little. Does look like a butterfly dive, but like I said, we still got 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Folks, this is hockey. This is hockey.
This is reminiscent of that. This is definitely going to be a two-sheeter. But we had all those former Flyers in the building. This is reminiscent of when the...
oh, boy, did Timmy ever hit one there. He knocked McGrattan right off his feet. But it continues on like that. This is going to be interesting how they're going to come up with all the stats on this one.
Unbelievable. Reminds me of the Flyers Kings back in the mid-'70s when they used to go at it like that. This is definitely a two-sheeter. Yep. I'm not even gonna guess how they sort out these penalties. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back in a moment. 4-1. Binghamton leads on the fight card. I don't know who's winning. Well, here's what started. Watch the play in front as you see Emery kind of get tangled up with Peluso. Gave Mill a head tap, and then there was a high stick right there as He had a stick coming up on Schubert, and then it all broke loose from there. And welcome to Sunday night at the fight. Yeah, it's a two-sheeter. They got the extra pad and pencil out. And as we went to break, you were saying your creative juices are starting to flow a little bit.
They really are. I mean, this is unbelievable. I haven't seen one of these in a long time, and it's tremendous. Wouldn't it be something if we see a starting line next shift of Berube, Stock, and Kane or something? You know.
Well, they got the goal to Duke it out.
Yeah, he goes after Peluso right there, and this is where I really get mad at McGrattan. From behind, punching at Vandermeer. I mean, that takes no guts at all. But boy, does Jimmy ever cold clock him. But I have to give it to Neil Little. I'm surprised he didn't get hurt on the plate.
And how about Pete Vandermeer? They love to see Pete Vandermeer. And as we heard from Peter earlier tonight, he said anytime you're dishing it out, you got to have a lot of fun doing it. And he had a lot of fun out there tonight, no doubt about it.
That's part of his game. That's why he's here. He protects his teammates, and that's what he was doing. You know, Peluso's not the most physical guy. He's more known as a goal scorer and that. So something must have been said between Emery and Peluso to get that going. And so it'll be interesting to see what Neil Little will be gone. Be interesting to see what they do with Emery.
Well, one thing is for sure, we're going to see two new goalies. Billy Thompson, with a record of 4-7, will get a chance to play the final 350. And Antero Netamaki for Philadelphia will come in with a record of 7-6-4. But outside of that, I can't tell you who's going to be on the ice.
No, it's going to be difficult, and they're still talking about it. The thing they don't have is, possibly they may not have, is how that all started with Emery and Peluso, with Emery just kind of standing over him and belting him. They don't want any more of this.
I don't think so.
No.
Don't start something you can't finish.
Yeah,
and look out, here we go again. I didn't think we were done as they took a poke at Billy Thompson.
Stock's going at it.
You know, I kind of get that feeling when I saw that line come out. He had three goers, and Saklinka's ready to, tune up his guy too right here.
Well, right now,
how about Kirk Fury going after Hamel?
Hamel doesn't want any part.
Nah.
Fury's doing a nice job, youngster.
Well, I can remember Kirk Fury playing in the ECHL, those Atlantic City-Trenton rivalries. They were pretty testy. No, Hamel lets no piece of him's trying to cover up. Fury's just going to tune him.
we got another possibly a heavyweight. You don't know where to look.
Thompson's jawing. And they're telling him, get back in your crease there, Mr. Thompson, because they don't have another goalie.
Yeah, we got another one down in the corner.
No, we're not done yet. And that could be third man in.
It should be. He should be ejected from the game.
Yep, and now Stock goes after Thompson and knocks him down. If you're going to call it to the letter, Thompson's the third man in. They don't have a goalie here in the final 340. They're going to get somebody else to go in that.
Well, I'll tell you what. I got to look it up. When's Binghamton back in town?
That could be the hottest ticket.
Yeah, it certainly could be.
We have to add that one to the broadcast schedule. I'll tell you.
But with PJ Stock, I mean, he's played a tough physical game tonight. That's just the way he plays all the time. This isn't anything new. You got Slaney.
Well, when you look back at the games that we've seen on CNA, we have not seen a penalty-filled game like this one to date. And we still have about 10 more to go in our regular season schedule. There was a game earlier this year when the Phantoms played against Cincinnati, when there was a all-out altercation at the end of the game that had about 170 penalty minutes delved out to both teams, and that was a record. Hey, we got a guy coming out of the penalty box. Look out, Saklinka wants a piece. And here comes Hedlund and Saklinka.
Yeah. Well, you see they had one Phantom down there, and you got 4 Senators. You're going to send everybody off. You got to send them all off.
And Andy Hedlund just kind of laughing at him.
He doesn't want any part of Saklinka.
No, and I don't blame him.
Any part of him. He knows it.
Think about it for Saklinka. He left the box, and they could tack on a couple of games for that.
Yeah, but in all fairness, he did the right thing with only Fury down there defending himself amongst 3 or 4 Senators.
Well, unbelievable.
Well, we still haven't seen Berube.
Here you go. Well, look at the ice that is littered with equipment. You know, and I'm surprised if Billy Thompson stays around.
Yeah, that'll be interesting what they call there.
Well, Jim Frawley getting a little airtime. The equipment manager of the Binghamton Senators is out there, pick up stuff. Let's take another time out because you never know what's coming around. Sunday at the Fights. Not the AHL on CN8. It's still 4-1. Don't go away. 79-61. That's a lot.
I bet you nobody skates by Chief Berube and hits him.
Yeah, now, I got a question. 3:12 to go. Something else really breaks loose. Does the referee have the right to say, I've seen enough and the game's over? Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Just right out of my mouth. It's Ben Stafford.
Ben Stafford. Berube's hot.
Berube's going after him as well.
That's really a tough guy.
Well, Berube and Ben Stafford getting involved in a play.
Brookbank, yeah, he's really a tough guy, Brookbank.
Heimovitz involved in a fight there as Berube's going to town on David Heimovitz. Don't think about doing that in the near future. You got two players tugging on the sweater of Randy Jones along the boards.
I don't know what Brookbank was trying to prove.
There's a 2-on-1 there with Giroux.
Yeah, they better.
And Chris Schubert. And now Stafford comes back to join in as well.
You got Freddie Meyer.
Yep, Freddie Meyer in the corner. Tangling with an opponent. How much will the referee take, though? Back to the original point before this.
You got to complete the game. I don't care. You got to complete the game. Now, wait a minute. You go back and get some of the Binghamton players off. Get them out of there. Why? That's it. Don't you go anywhere, Meyer, until everybody's off.
Oh, Wade Brookbank just jumped the back of Ben Stafford, and that's how this one started. I mean, Stafford was just skating on the ice, and Brookbank got him from behind.
Well, I'll tell you that some of these guys haven't shown me a lot of courage. But Brookbank, he's no little guy.
Nope. Schubert neither. Schubert stands 6'3", 209 out of Germany. Played in the Olympics. You know, you could never do that in the Olympic setting. You'd never play again for your country.
No. But I wonder what Brookbank was thinking. Well, the training staff and everybody's getting their workouts, getting all the sticks and the gloves and here.
Well, let's take another look. Ben Stafford, Heimovitz, and Berube will join in the fray as well. And yeah, he really went after the guy right on the wall there.
Is that Heimovitz?
Yeah, Heimovitz.
Heimovitz
getting tuned up by Craig Berube.
Yeah, well, it's too bad he didn't get after Brookbank. That's why Berube went in there. He saw that was such a mismatch.
You know, this third period has taken almost 1 hour to play. And we're not done yet.
What's your point?
My point is we've already seen 140 penalty minutes in this game given out to both teams, and we're going to get more coming up in just a moment.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is definitely old-time hockey.
This is one of those places where the guys when you're watching TV say, hey, if you're just joining us from the West Coast, they got the game still going on.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. And one thing about it, you got lots of room on the bench.
Now, you'd hardly ever see this in an NHL game today, would you? Too many penalties for leaving the bench and stuff like that.
Well, you leave the bench, yes. I hate to say this, but I think in a way we need a little bit of intensity to draw that kind of. There's when you listen to Buildings, when there's a good fight going on, generally speaking, people don't really get hurt in a real nasty fight. It's generally guy and then the guy, you might get a little cut or whatever, but what can really be done is stick damage and all that. And I think when you have a lot of stick work, and look at Shell Sammy's and a big grin on his face, when you have a lot of stick work out there, I think the injuries can be more severe, or guys going after knees, and somehow along the way you've got to protect your teammates. And I think at times the rules don't allow you to do that because of the instigation rule, things like that. So I'd like to see a little bit of that come back because the intensity level is there. This should just about do it, I think. Oh, look at it.
10 seconds ago, we're going to get a fight to end the game. With about 8 seconds ago, it is Murphy going after Jan Putil.
And again, Putil hit him from behind. He cross-checked him from behind.
And now Kirby Law getting involved in another fracas as well. But Putil going at it right here.
Kirby Law he's tough.
He's got Watson. There's Putil still duking it out.
And took a lot of courage again to hit from behind.
Watson and Kirby Law on the boards. Kirby Law with a nice uppercut.
Watson's just hanging on.
Yep. Kirby Law wants to unload. Mark Murphy being assisted into the dressing room.
Yeah, well, they probably didn't see Patil hitting Murphy from behind again. But boy, I tell you what, I never knew so many guys on this team could throw them and not be afraid to. That's team unity. You know, games like this can really bring a team together.